get into my fan favorite. Deacon O, once again, is going to be joining us this evening. We're going to do a quick interview before we get into our live feedback of tonight's episode. And let's go ahead and let him back in. Mic check, mic check.
Check one, check two. You can hear me?
Hey, loud and clear, loud and clear. Elijah in the building. How are you doing tonight?
I'm great. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Once again, I definitely want to thank you a million times over. I definitely appreciate you for being here.
My pleasure, honestly. I love your energy. You're a hella dope host and everything. You have like a lot of personality in your reviews and stuff, and it's like a joy to watch your videos and everything. So yeah, this is dope.
Yes, I definitely appreciate that. Yay! You're making me so happy. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. I don't want to take up too much of your time. So first and foremost, I wanted to give everybody a chance to get to know Deacon O. So who exactly is Deacon O? Where are you from? Do you have any siblings? Where were you raised?
I'm from San Diego. I was born in Japan because my dad was in the military. So I got yes. So I got dual citizenship. And grew up in Colorado and San Diego. So I flew to the States like right after I was born. And I don't got no siblings. I'm the only child. On my mom's side, my dad's side, I got some siblings, but like it's a bit of like a bit of an AWOL.
So I'm assuming you're well traveled, if that be the case, because military child, only sibling of the same parent combination.
Yeah, we'll traveled. Yeah, I'll say I love to travel. You know, being on the plane, it's kind of a bit of a nostalgia, but yet it's education. You know, like going to places you find out certain cultures and etc. It's pretty dope.
Definitely. So tell us, as far as your history with the church, when was your first experience with the church? Was that something that your family normally did, or was that like later on in your life?
No, I grew up in the church, like even like when I was they when you dedicate the baby or whatever, or you dip the baby in the water.
Yes.
My mom did that. I got baptized as a kid, and I got baptized again as a young adult. And faith has always been with church has always been with me. Like I always, every Sunday going to church and everything. So it's like I'm no stranger to that.
It's so funny that you say that. I should have called my mom before starting this, but my mom has the picture of my baby dedication back in the day, baby. Oh, wow. I think I was like a couple years old, so it was like 1991. Showing my age. I'm 34.
Oh shit! I thought she was in your 20s. I thought you were like 20s.
Miss Pretty Young thing. We looking still young.
It's that melanin. It's that black thing right there.
Thank you.
I could have swore you was like Gen Z. That's crazy.
Not at all. I'm a 90s baby. 10, 20, 90, baby.
Yeah.
But yes, okay, so you were raised in the church. I guess let's dive into that before we kind of go into the other question. So you're raised in the church. I'm assuming you got baptized at a young age and you kind of sort of just carried Christ all through, or did you have a bad, moment in your life that drew you back to Christ? Like, tell me about that.
Yeah. So like I was baptized as a kid, and then like throughout life and everything, school and etc. extracurricular activities, I felt a little bit like distant, and then I got baptized again as a young adult. I was like actually not young adult, as a teen, and I just figured like let me get closer back to him because I felt like I was becoming distant, from Father, and like having the faith is awesome, but it also could be hard, like it could be tough with anything, and but yeah, I just like always stay prayed up, read the Bible, etc., and it's like keep your faith, yeah.
Definitely. You and I definitely are on the same page when it comes to that, because I was raised in the church. I have so many pastors in my family, but then I went through a bad stage And long story short, I got into a little bit of trouble in my 15s, 16s. And then
Mm,
I had a conversation with my uncle, with one of the pastors in my family. And
yeah.
that same weekend, I ended up getting baptized. And I've kind of sort of just been doing my best to, make him proud throughout my life.
Mm,
So I definitely understand you where
yeah.
you're coming from for that. Y'all, we are here live with Deacon O. If y'all have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments, and I'll try my best to separate some as we continue the interview.
For sure.
So, that being said, shout out to you for telling us a little bit about your backstory. So let's go into what we see of you over on Two Ways with Erica Mena. So first
Yeah.
and foremost, what brought you there?
What brought? Okay, it kind of blooped out. You said that. What brought me where?
What
Brought me
brought you to Two Ways with Erica Mena over on the Zeus Network?
Oh yeah. So I was it was summertime and yeah, summertime. Yeah, it was like around like June or whatever, and I got an email from one of the talent agents, and it was like we'd love to have you. They saw me on social media or whatever, and I was like, you know what, I think it would be a good fit on the show, and told me who it was. He said it was Erica Mena, and I was like, I'm familiar with Erica Mena. Like, yeah, I'm gonna rock. I'm definitely down to do it. I've been rocking with Erica since the Yo Excuse Me Miss, like the '05 and '05, like the video of Chris Brown and everything. So
Yeah.
yeah, I've been familiar with Erica since I was a kid, and seeing her on Love and Hip Hop,
Mm-hmm.
my auntie's mom, whatever, family watching Love and Hip Hop and being like, okay, I like this woman. She has this
Wait a
dope
minute. Now
kid.
I'm a little curious. I was born 1990. What year were you born?
98.
Oh my God. That's crazy. I never would have pictured that. I thought we were in the same age range. I could have been wiping
Yeah.
your butt. That's
Nah,
crazy.
yeah,
All right.
yeah,
So you were familiar with Erica Mena, so it was definitely easy for you to say yes to that project, right?
yeah, yeah. I'm familiar with Erica, and yeah, I love like her personality. She has like a big personality where she not scared to say what's on her mind, and she's funny and everything. And like, of course, I rocked with her aesthetic, so I'm like, you know what, I'm down to do it, and yeah, that's history.
Okay. So it looks like we have our first question in the comments. And I kind of sort of was going to touch on this. I'm going to reword it a little bit. So, you being a Christian, did you have any issues with knowing that Erica is not on the same level of faith as you are?
No, I didn't have an issue with that. Actually, when I actually got my name in the naming ceremony,
Mm-hmm.
they took this out, but she was like, she was talking about how like she has a belief in God too. It's not probably not
Right.
as it might not be as like the strongest, but she was like, she's aware that you know about like how like the enemy's tactics and like how she needs to stay prayed up. She needs to like she needs to keep the word and everything with her and everything. So like she's familiar. She's a believer in God. I want to say like I'm not going to say like she's the strongest believer, like the strongest Christian, but like she has a familiarity with the God and everything, and I that's one thing I like about her. Even like she has her wild moments, but she gives respect. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it at
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I definitely understand that. And I definitely feel like there's no problem with people being on two different wavelengths when it comes to their walk with Christ, so long as they both believe. I
Yeah,
definitely get that. So
and
now,
she's not an atheist. She's not an atheist. So like,
exactly.
if she was an atheist, honestly, I would be like, I'd be like, I can't do that. But she cool though. Yeah. So
Definitely. So, as far as motive, now a lot of people speculate that a lot of people on the show are not really there to get to
mm,
know Erica or to, find potential love with her.
mm,
So, let's talk about motives. So, you did say that you kind of sort of did some sort of a casting, or they thought that you would be a good fit for Erica. So, when you
yeah.
first came in, was it more so opportunity, like, let's just see how this goes and let's see how it helps my influence, or were you actually open to seeing where it goes with Erica?
Now I was genuinely wanted to see where it goes with Erica. I was fond of her for a while and everything, and I found her to be a dope, beautiful human being, and I just wanted to see what's up, and I'm gonna pursue. So that's what it was.
Definitely, definitely. I like that. I like that. So now, as far as your dynamic with the others on the show, like which castmates can you say that you kind of sort of grew a bond with? Maybe y'all still are cool after filming, and which ones do you like not really mess with during the filming process?
Alright. So for majority of the cast, I'm cool with I'm gonna name him. Screw it. Yeah, y'all know what's up. So Wonka, he's a big bro. You know, he's doing his thing. He's pushing P. That's one of the homies, the big homies, and yeah, Eric Trophy. He's cool. You know, we DM each other every once in a while, and like he gives me like game or whatever. He's cool. I'm cool with him. You know, long live Seven. Seven was really cool brother.
Oh
Stand up
man.
guy. Yeah, stand up guy. He's always dropping gems in our conversations. Like really intelligent guy. And it's a shame what happened. In September last year, September. Yes,
Yeah, yeah,
terrible.
yeah, yeah.
And because he had a lot of he had a lot of motion. He had a lot of stuff like where he can tap into. He wasn't just doing adult films. He was also doing like music.
Mhm.
He had his own LLC where he was mentoring people, like
Okay,
mentoring
okay, okay.
mentoring people of doing like adult content and everything.
Yeah,
He had
yeah.
his, like then he yeah, he was doing music. He had like his partnerships with brands like and modeling and all that. So yeah, it's his dance. It's just honestly a shame, but you know we're gonna like make sure that the show pays tribute to the Seven. I honestly believe they should have definitely put like Long Live Seven or something like that, or paying all tribute to Seven in the beginning, or even
I'm
like
waiting for it. I don't know
yeah.
why it hasn't happened
I'm
yet.
one of them. Like even in the premiere, I'm like, even in the premiere, I'm like, long live Seven. Like, why are y'all saying it? Like, y'all need to say something. But like, Eric got the mic, and Eric ended up saying it and giving Eric Seven his flowers, and his mom was there at the premiere, so that was awesome. But yeah. Yeah, so that's the third. I'll say like the third guy I said was Seven, the late Seven, and who else? I'm cool with. I'm not cool with Jason like that. I was initially. I was at
Jason, which
first.
one is Jason?
Mr. Thing.
Okay, Mr. Thing. Okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so Mr. Thing, like we were cool, but like I kind of started seeing like how he kind of get down on the show, and but also because he was kind of running his mouth. People, Cat Dog was saying that he told her something that wasn't true and basically was
Mm-hmm,
lying
mm-hmm,
on me.
mm-hmm.
And I was like, I can't have that, and I unfollowed him. I'm not really rocking with dude right now.
Right, 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 right.
Yeah, and so who else we got in the cast? We got Turtle. Turtle is okay. Yeah. Aaron.
Okay. Yes.
Aaron is a character. He's definitely like he has a personality for television.
Mm.
Um, Whenever we're off camera, like we're like cool. He was freestyling. We'd be rapping and stuff. Like it would be cordial. But like I understood that like he was doing was like for for the show, so like the ratings can go up. He has that personality where he's like good for reality TV. And
Okay.
yeah, so I was actually cool with Aaron.
So he's probably a little more lax when filming is not going on.
Yeah, off camera he's like more laid back, chill.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
He's definitely good for reality TV.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Now, one person that I wanted to ask whether or not you have a good relationship with them is Gangsta Bay, because towards the end of the last episode, it seemed like she was kind of sort of what I deemed as being a little disrespectful towards you, kind
Yeah,
of sort of calling you weak, if I'm not mistaken, something
yeah,
like that.
yeah. Weak ass nigga. How does it feel
Mm.
to be a weak ass nigga?
Yes.
Um,
Like,
so
I'm just like,
yeah. Honestly, like that happened, and while we were filming, like and I was kind of just not taking it seriously. I'm not gonna beef with no woman. A damn sure ain't gonna badmouth a black woman on live television. So like like I'm just gonna like ignore it or like and it's basically just act like she ain't say nothing. And I honestly said this. I responded by saying that's crazy,
mhm.
and stuff like that. But yeah, we were kind of like it's kind of weird. We were kind of cool, while filming and everything, because I kind of forgot about that, and So much stuff was happening, but
Right.
like I'm watching it back, I was just like, I can't continue to follow this woman. Like I had to,
Yeah, it put a
I
bad
had
taste in
to.
my mouth because it was kind of
Right,
sort of like out of nowhere. You haven't seemed to bother anybody, so for her to out of
right.
nowhere be like, you boring, you this, you that. I feel like it was for the cameras, but still, like, you didn't do anything for her to need to. You know what I mean?
I think she was mad because the mixer scene where like I guess somebody Pee Wee was like responding to her saying excuse you, and he's getting a lot of heat for that. But honestly, he wasn't standing over her trying to fight her. He was really just not wanting to stand, not wanting to sit down. He was paranoid because he walked in, he saw Aaron bloody and everything. He's like, well, I know what time it is. Like, I can't, I don't trust none of y'all. So like, he was more.
Oh,
He was.
okay.
If you notice, you watch it back. I ain't even trying to sit down. Shit. Like, it's literally he was.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why he was
So he
standing up.
was more so his head on a swivel and not necessarily because a lot of people said that.
Yeah,
Like as soon as he came in, he looked like he was on 10. But if he kind of scanned the room and felt the tension and wanted to like keep
yeah.
his head on the swivel, then that
He
makes
felt
more
like
sense.
he felt like he was going to get attacked at any moment. That's why he said. That's why he kind of said. He's like, "Who's going to do something to me?" That's how he said it. He's like, "Who's going to do something to me?" He was more like on that, basically paranoid. Plus, like he was high and everything. He's, we all know that Pee Wee smokes and everything, so like it probably was heightened. But yeah,
Right.
he wasn't trying to be like he was trying to buck up to a girl. He was more so paranoid, and plus like he was responding to her kind of like rude comment.
Right.
Excuse you, like instead of saying excuse me. So he was like, that's not how you talk to people. He was like, he said, excuse you. What did he say? Ugly Tiana Taylor. He gave like a little
Right.
insult.
And then when he said that, I was like, wait, no,
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
not
yeah.
his
Right,
ass.
right.
Yeah, that was a little crazy.
He was a shit talking and everything because like he felt like he was getting attacked. So he was like, he was basically trying to defend himself verbally, but not. It wasn't going to escalate. And she looked at me and I guess Wonka and Jason was like, so y'all always let them talk about us and everything. I'm like, well, like for one,
That ain't got nothing to do
you
with me.
ain't got nothing. I'm on my own business too. Y'all like while we're filming, y'all are competition.
Right.
I'm not gonna ever allow any of the women, female cast to ever have like a man like put hands on them. I'm not gonna allow shit to escalate to that point. That's why I come in. But when it comes to shit talking and arguing, y'all got that in the bag. Like I'm not gonna like just I'm not gonna butt in if it's not my business. Like you're gonna take care of it themselves. But like yeah, like that's the distinction. It's like I'm not gonna allow them to like be abused, of course, in front of like everybody. But like other than that, and that's why she got mad. She got mad because I wasn't
You
defending.
weren't as buck as
Yeah,
who was it that came to their rescue? I forgot his name. He ended up calling him Frozone.
that's a common misinterpretation too.
Okay.
I know you was one of the ones that misinterpreted it. Frozone Frozone was not Frozone was not defending Gangsta Bay. I know that's like a good like a y'all wanted to believe
That's how
that.
it looked like. That's how it looked like.
I
So
know,
tell us.
I know. And my family even said that. My family was like, it looked like he was defending Gangsta Bay, and I'm like, that's a good notion to believe, but like he was really defending himself. Notice how like in that scene, Turtle basically was pointing at Frozone. Was like, "That's a nigga that knocked your phone over," basically instigating the situation. It was like on the bus. I guess Pee Wee had his phone plugged in and everything, and
In an
Trophy was
outlet. Okay.
and Trophy was
Trophy
walking.
D. Right.
Yeah, Trophy was walking, and he accidentally like he knocked it over basically
Okay. Okay.
because it was plugged and then he knocked his phone over by accident. And I guess in Pee Wee's mind, he didn't say sorry or whatever, but he was like my bad. He said something like that, something, but he was like real chill about it. And I guess like Pee Wee didn't hear him, or he thought that he was just like being rude or whatever. And then for some reason that was like kind of like bothered him.
So then that ended up carrying over to that scene.
Yeah,
Okay, so that
and then
makes more
mm,
sense because the way they kind of sort of put the scenes together, it looked
yeah,
like he was defending Gangsta Bay, but
Nah,
but in all reality, he was defending his cell phone.
yeah,
That was
exactly.
it.
And like and then I think even the scene where like they're in a gym talking and everything,
Yes.
you kind of like figure out that he wasn't really defending Gangsta Bay. But like honestly, it gave him a point. You know, Erica said you could stay in the room or whatever, but it worked out in his favor. But that's a common misinterpretation right there.
Okay. Thank you so much for clearing that up,
Yeah,
because actually that makes way more sense. And it makes more sense to an aspect of, because during the episode I was watching and I was like, dang, why is he the only guy that stepped up in that sense?
yeah,
But if they were fighting for a whole nother reason, then that was just like a whole
yeah.
segue to a whole different situation. Now,
We wasn't because we knew what Pee Wee was kind of coming from. I was kind of like out of the conversation because while he was like barking with her,
mhm,
I was trying to like find a seat and everything, but like I kind of heard like most of it, and he was just really just defending himself verbally because she was talking shit, and like I know she's the person that talks shit, like she talks shit to me, so like I'm not really gonna like butt in. I'm not gonna like don't talk to Gangsta Bay like that. Like she wanted me to do that,
right,
and I feel like that's the reason. Honestly, if Pee Wee would have pressed me directly, I would have been the guy standing up fighting or whatever. But like, and they would be like, "Oh, I was just defending the women." I'm just defending myself.
right, right,
If he came
right,
at me, but yeah, like I said, like we ain't gonna let no woman, we ain't gonna let no man put hands on a woman in front of us. But we're just not gonna. Their competition on the show. We just now met them and everything. They're strangers. They talk shit to us. They talk shit. So like, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna be like, don't talk to Gangsta Bay like that.
right.
Like, yeah,
Captain Save her a little bit.
yeah,
I get it. I get it. Okay.
yeah,
Perfect. Perfect. So what happens a little bit after that? Of course, y'all get into a little challenge. I think it's the first
yeah,
challenge of the season.
yeah,
Now,
yeah,
speaking
yeah.
of challenge, when I tell y'all, Deacon O got a little bit getting into the groove that he would not be doing in
Yeah,
at the pulpit. Okay, you took your shirt off, you
yeah,
went diving in there.
yeah.
Honestly, let's talk about it. How did you feel in that aspect? Did you enjoy yourself showing off your skills?
Yeah, it was fun. Honestly, I figured we were gonna do something kind of wild. I didn't know it was like that specifically, but um, yeah, I was like, it was definitely something different and everything. And I was like, F it. I'm just have fun. I'm just like, let my hair down and everything. It's like a lot of times I am this a chill introverted guy, but I was
Mhm.
figured like let me just have fun. I felt like you didn't like my you didn't like my what's it called, my Magic Mike or whatever, my performance. You're like that shit
I
is
was
mid.
fine with your performance. I was fine with it. It was classy. It was demure. I feel like some of the other guys were just like attacking and doing a whole bunch. I'm not gonna hold you. It was fine. I actually was preferred the fact that you didn't go too crazy, because I'd have been like, oh God, I don't
You
want
know,
to see this
you know,
crying.
you know the thing. I was actually like even that the day that we filmed it, I was kind of like, man, I wanted to do something totally different, but like I didn't think we could have. I didn't think we could leave the. We were the first. I was the first person to go, so I didn't know it was like rules where like I can actually come closer to her. But if I can come closer to her, I would have been able to do something like more freaky
Oh,
deaky.
so the order that it was in on the show wasn't the order that y'all went in.
The order on the show, like, I was the first one to go with a classic freak. I think yeah, I was the first one.
Okay.
That was the right order. That was the right order. Like I was the first one to go, and I was like I feel like I was put on the spot. I didn't know necessarily like the rules that I can like kind of get closer. So I was thinking I'm just gonna stay on this little area and just do whatever, right? So I'm like, I might as well take my shirt off. But if I knew that I can actually kind of like low key break the rules because they were saying like don't leave that area. But I noticed that closet freak came
Was able
closer,
to. Mhm.
started choking her and everything. Like honestly, if I knew that I can come closer and do that, like I would have like did some extra shit, like talk to her in the ear, all that type of stuff. Like I'm more of that type of guy where like I like the intimacy where like I can actually kind of like get closer and the feeling, touching and everything. But like But like I feel like that's where Classic Freak did better, where she was actually able to like touch and everything.
Right.
And I didn't even want to break the rules. So I'm like, I'm gonna stay in this area, but then I saw her getting closer. I'm like, I'm gonna get closer and everything. And then that's why I started like thrusting the thrusting the toy and everything. But yeah, and even like I would say, did you say Pee Wee did good? You said he rocked with Pee Wee's, right?
I think out of the guys, I remember Turtle won, but I honestly did not care for his. I'm not gonna hold you. Pee Wee, I don't remember what Pee Wee did. I remember yours. I remember Turtles, and then I don't think any other guy went besides Pee Wee. All of the other guys really
Go to
didn't want
ticket.
to do it.
Go to ticket did it too. He was like, I'm gonna
Golden
set up.
Ticket.
He said, I'm gonna set the stage for that pussy.
He did too much. He
That
did
was
too much.
funny.
But it actually was kind of sort of good to see that side of you. But
Yeah.
it makes sense that y'all was one of the first ones to go. So you kind of sort of were trying to stay in your limits without doing too much. So I can understand how Closet Freak kind of sort of got ahead of the game when it comes to that. That makes sense as well.
And what's it called? I think so. What you say? You remember what Pee Wee did? Pee Wee kind of was like talking her through it. Like he was like, so I put my and he started like drooling on not drooling, but
Oh
he
yeah, when
kind
he
of
was like,
spit. He kind of
yes,
started. It was like a slow spit that that was coming down on the toy, and he was like, yeah, I gotta get that thing wet. I gotta I
some of
gotta do
y'all guys was dumping it outside the cup. I was like, what is
like so,
happening?
and that's what happened. Like I guess like he messed around and ended up having like the toy come out of out of the thing and everything.
Exactly.
But like
I think
a
it was
lot
him
of
and Turtle that did that.
yeah, a lot of females are rocking with Pee Wee's. Like, oh yeah, he nasty with it. He like to spit. And
His was hilarious. I was just like, what is happening? But
right,
honestly,
right.
that was definitely a fun episode. And it was definitely good to see that side of you.
Yeah,
So,
thank you, thank you.
speaking of seeing that side of you, what more can we expect as far as your personality coming out on the show?
I'm not gonna spoil nothing, but I'm just gonna say like you're gonna see some more effort, like some more of me putting myself out there, vulnerability,
Okay.
vulnerability, yeah,
Mm.
and not really caring what happened, not really caring who sees. That's what you're gonna see.
Ooh, he finna
uh,
demand attention.
yeah, but
I'm here for it.
it's gonna be dope. Each episode gets better. I feel like each episode like just makes the show and whole better. Like we get to see different aspects and certain heartfelt moments. Like got the heart, but like even with like Turtle and Bria and Cat Dog talking on the stairs,
Yeah,
and basically showing that like Aaron has like another side to him where he can like be compassionate and just be like, you know what, I'm willing to bury the hatchet. And
definitely.
so I feel like this show has a lot more than this action and comedy. It has like
Hmm.
different layers. And I think that's kind of makes it stand out.
I agree. I
Mhm.
agree. I
Yeah,
definitely agree.
yeah.
So you said you're going to be a little more vulnerable and things of that nature. Now, I already said from like the first episode that I watched that I feel like you're going to be one of those that end up going far.
Mhm.
Am I right?
I'm gonna tune in. I'm not gonna spoil nothing.
I'm excited. I
Yeah.
definitely feel like I'm right. I definitely am rooting for you when it comes to the show.
Thank you.
Is there anything else that you have going on in the meantime that you wanted to tell us about?
I got a mixtape coming out. I took a hiatus from music, and but I got a mixtape coming out. It's called Sublime. It's gonna be coming out this year, and it's gonna be on all streaming platforms like Spotify, Apple Music, et cetera, et cetera. Want to do some shows, definitely some music videos for that. You got some more. We're gonna have some more like film, movie. Like I can't really speak on it too much, but we're gonna
Yeah,
have some
because
more
got
stuff.
some projects in the
Yeah,
works.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We're gonna have some more partnerships going on. I'm building up my LLCs called Film Be Good, and yeah, it's standing on
What kind of
business.
LLC is it?
Coaching. It's gonna be basically my company where I has like my music, my media, and
Media
yeah,
company. Okay.
kind of like all money in, kind of like Nipsey had like all money in, where he has his music and his clothing and everything. But like
Right,
it's
right,
gonna be
right.
like for me, it's gonna be like my music, my clothing, and all that other media stuff under one thing, and I can have text write offs and finesse. the system a little bit. Yeah.
Yes, yes. I'm super excited for that.
Thank
It
you.
sounds like you have a
Thank you.
lot in
Thank
the
you.
works. If you need a beautiful video vixen, I'm
For
available.
sure. For sure.
I'm
For sure.
here for
Hey,
traveling.
hey, what is your real name?
Eve is my real name.
Eve. That's
Yes.
awesome. That's like the Bible.
Hmm.
Adam and Eve. All right. All right. Eve.
Exactly. What's your
Yeah.
sign, by the way?
Oh gosh. 1 minute. Y'all asses.
Okay, well, how about this?
Okay.
When is your birthday?
Okay. You're gonna find out either way. So I'm 10/27, October 27th.
You're a week after me. I'm October 20.
Oh wow. So you're
That's so funny.
what
October,
what is
baby.
that? What is that? What is
I'm a
that?
Libra. You're a Scorpio.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. OBO though. October's very young.
Ah, he going through too much right now. I don't want to talk about it. I don't. Was there anything else that you wanted to add before we go ahead and start shutting it down?
Got any? I kind of do. Shoot.
Hmm.
But I don't know what it is though. I feel like another question is asking another.
Y'all, if there's anybody in the audience that has any more questions, y'all can feel free to ask away. Feel free to ask away. But just because you mentioned it, how long have you been doing music? You said you have a mixtape coming up soon.
So yeah, I started taking it more seriously during like pandemic 2020,
Okay.
like doing shows and like getting a distributor, putting like on Apple Music, Spotify, and all the other apps. But I started like rapping when I was like middle school, like at lunch or whatever, and doing posting stuff on like SoundCloud when like SoundCloud was really hot. I was making
Hmm.
sounds and putting it on there and YouTube. Then I was like 2019 and 2020. I was like, I'm gonna start taking it more seriously and put it on major platforms.
Definitely, definitely. I'll be looking forward to that. I'm gonna be looking for. Send me whatever you have. Let me see. Let
Got
me
you.
see what rapping skills Deacon O got.
I
I'm
got you. All
surprised you're
right.
not doing modeling. Are you doing any modeling?
Yeah, I actually got some shoots coming up and
Okay.
everything, and but I'm gonna like I gotta like I'm eventually just like get like a contract or like not contract. I'm gonna get like some kind of deal, whatever. I can actually kind of like
Hmm.
model more professionally and everything, make it happen like in LA or whatever. But I've been kind of
Is
doing
that
this
where
kind
you're
of like
located in LA?
no, I'm in San Diego.
Gotcha, gotcha. Oh, yeah, yeah, you said
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But I'm gonna make it happen. Like I just like I gotta like LA has like the kind of like the best modeling agencies, and I'm gonna start taking it more seriously. But I've just been kind of doing it recreationally right now.
Gotcha, gotcha.
There you go.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so we have a question right here. Someone said, if you can describe how you feel about life with the title of your songs, what would the title be?
If I can describe how, if he can describe how he feels about the title, the
Like, if
life.
you can describe life in the title of a song, what would the title of
Title.
that song be?
So it could be any song. Like does that have to be my song? His songs.
I
He
guess
said my.
the song of your life. Like, what would you title the soundtrack to your life?
That's a good question. That's a really good question. I would title it. Um, I'll title it. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Oh,
Shout out.
marathon, not a sprint. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nipsey Hussle.
Long live Nipsey Hussle. Yeah, and long live Seven too.
Yes, yes, yes. I like
Yeah.
that. That's a dope one.
Yeah. Yeah.
It looks like Naima has a question as well. Naima said, "What is your favorite quality in a woman?"
Favorite quality in a woman is like how she's able to like brings her femininity into my frame because like I like a lot of times we're like a lot of times we're just like grinding or whatever and we're taking care of business but like women can like add that nurturing aspect and in regards to like taking care of like